To battle Inter the Abidjan in semis. Remo Stars ride to victory over Asfar in Ikene during the CAF Champions League preliminary round tie. And Manchester City see off Chelsea with early title defending win. Don't forget that you can get to be part of the conversation this morning on Sports Radio 360. The phone lines are 07000 You can equally reach us via our toll-free line if you are a woman on 0800 And let's not forget our SMS and WhatsApp line that is 0703 How did your team fare during the weekend? Well, Nigeria's representatives at this year's edition of CAF Women's Champions League WAFU B playoff Edo Queens will battle Inter D'Abidjan in the semi-finals of the qualifiers. We got to see that Edo Queens actually defeated Omi Sport and the Steel of Burkina Faso 1-0 to top Group B with 9 points and booked a place into the semi-finals. The Nigeria Women Football League champions completed the group stage of the WAFU B CAF Women's Champions League qualifiers without dropping a point or conceding a goal. And in Group A, Inter d'Abidjan booked their place in the semi-finals of the WAFU Zone B CAF Women's Champions League qualifiers after a remarkable 4-3 comeback victory against Togo's AS Kozaz in their final group match in Bouquet. Now, Inter d'Abidjan finished the group stage with 3 points, securing second place behind Benes Anivis FC, who topped Group A with 6 points. The game is also expected to hold on Tuesday in the Ivorian capital, Abidjan, and we get to see how Edo Queens will do wonders. But that's not also leaving out the fact that, just to say that the Edo Queens really did great, their very own governor, we're talking about the governor of Edo State, has urged Edo Queens to maintain the momentum. Oh, yes. He said in his words, I congratulate our girls. They have been spectacular since they started the CAF Champions League preliminaries in Cote d'Ivoire. And I tell you, it's a lot to know that he is well pleased. But let's also look at exactly what happened with the CAF Champions League preliminary round tie. Oh yes, lots of anticipations for the particular game that was going to go down. I mean, Remo Stars as well playing against Asfar. We get to see that Super Eagles defender Ismail Sodiq's strike at the stroke of the hour actually marked a winning spot for Remo Stars as they got through to a 2-1 victory over Asfar FC. Now we got to see that the Sky Blue Stars got the better of the Moroccan opponent in the CAF Champions League preliminary round tie decided in Ikene. Skipper of the side, Nduka Jr., had given his team the opener before the visitors equalized, and Sadiq, who had provided the assist to Jr., got the winner in the 60th minute as they went into the second leg with a slim advantage. But of course, we'll see that there will be that return fixture which will hold in Morocco in a week's time. And I must tell you as well, yes, Rangers actually secured a win away. I'm talking about an away win against US Zillimaju. Oh yes, France Umorio Uwumiro's 22nd minute strike actually ensured that Rangers International defeated US Zilimaju in the CAF Champions League first leg preliminary round tie. The Flying Antelopes got the better of the Comoros Island opponents away from home, and the reigning NPFL champions led at the break after a dominant first half in the game decided at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo, which the Comoros Island side chose to host the first leg encounter with the Nigerian champions, hosting the return leg at the same venue on Friday, August 23rd, 2024. So we get to see exactly how that will go down, really, because of course, lots and lots of action. And I mean, they took that win. It was a 1-0 over Zilimaju. And I tell you, Fidelis Ilechukwu had something to say about that. Mm. Well, let's see how it really goes down there. But of course, these are the updates that we're bringing and even more. Well, if you've just tuned in, this is Women Radio 91.7, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. And it is Sports Radio 360. Just before we take a break, we'll squeeze in this particular one. Of course, there have been lots of talk across the internet about who exactly becomes the Super Eagles coach. Well, we're seeing that someone, former Sweden manager Jen Anderson, is reportedly poised to take over as the new coach of the Super Eagles. The 61-year tactician, who boasts a successful career with the Swedish national team, including qualifications for the 2018 FIFA World Cup, is reportedly the NFF's choice to replace Finidi George. But of course, we're waiting for the official confirmation of that particular appointment, and whether that will stand, we'll keep on the lookout and bring you even more of the details right here on Sports Radio 360. Well, if you've just joined in, this is Sports Radio 360 on your Women Radio 91.7. I am Miracle Phillip, and right now it is 9 minutes after 7. Stay tuned. Yo, it's time to switch up the feeling and social media experiences. Introducing the Glow Magic Bundle, the first only one social and music bundle. It's the perfect bundle for texting, snapping, streaming, sharing, vibing, and everything you love doing online. The Magic Bundle, you get the different deals on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, WhatsApp, Google, Audio, and YouTube.
Morning. So I'm sending you this voice note for you to let me know what my voice sounds like. I still have a cough. I still have catarrh. I want to try and see how I can join you in the program. Just let me know what my voice texture is like. Do you think it's okay to go? Do you think we can roll with this? Then also I want to see how I can join in so that if there's any network issue, I will know how to move around the house and go and find somewhere else to stay.
That's fine. You can surely start by A, drinking healthy breakfast, fortified with essential vitamins and minerals to stay active and alert to reach your goals. A women radio membership connection over women traders, helping out students, innovators, farmers, and pensioners in the state of Nigeria. As a women radio member, your business is promoted beyond women radio. Radio music release and you get access to our events. Download the women radio app today and any voice of radio is so free and www.fm.com.
womenradio7.com and make sure you join the Facebook Women Radio membership. The Women Radio membership is supported by MacArthur Foundation and Nigerian Youth Innovation Program. Lisa Pupil Durable, guaranteed, elegant, affordable home products. At Alianza Industrial Facilities, we put you first. From plastic chairs for adults and babies, party tables and school tables, disposable plate and cups, as well as reusable plastic, food women and clothes boxes, trash bins of various sizes, baby diapers, ladies and free camera, knockings of various sizes, handbags, and lots more. Alianza Industrial Facilities have got you covered. We got elegantly designed products in unique shapes and sizes. Visit us at 268 Lekki Efe Expressway after Eleko Junction, Base Lekki, Lagos. Or you can call 081 801 99999 or 090 914 73665. Or you can send us an email at alianzaindustrialcity@yahoo.com or info@eleganzagroup.com or sales@eleganzagroup.com. You can visit our website www.eleganzagroup.com. Eleganza Industrial City Limited. The name is our guarantee.
Driving through traffic, or at home, or maybe you're having a bad day. Ease your mind with great music, entertainment, and lots of laughter on the evening experience every day from 4 to 9 p.m. on WFM 91.7, the voice of America. The big question. Wow. Having an infinite conversation of development and bottom line disruption. The big question. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, from 12 p.m. only on Human Radio. The stories are real. Something I did happen to me years back. I know this is really true. It is that kind of message to me. When I read that, I say, oh, why are you like this? Okay, too much. It's all around you. And when it comes up to me, without you attending it, it could be something, you know, to listen. And there's something you can do about that. You do it. You reading books. You see a therapist. You always do certain things. Because at the end of the day, this person is your partner. That is the bottom line of it. My family advised me to my behavior because we force you what you choose. When you get something like you cannot someone, then you can do it. He wants to share it. Break the silent culture. Adult conversations. Weeknights from 8 on WFM 91.7, the voice of women.
We are Nigeria's only radio station for women and their families.
Welcome back. This is still Women Radio 91.7, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. I am Miracle Philip, and I'm so glad to be right here with you. Of course, we're running through the sporting updates from across the weekend, and this is not to leave out the fact that the much anticipated bout this time around between UFC middleweight champion Dracos Duplessis and a former two-time champion Israel Adesanya finally found its hook. And I tell you, this time around, of course, we got to see how it went down. This is because the South African Dricus Du Plessis actually retained his title after a clinical finish to a tight-fought battle. The South African won by submission against Adesanya in the fourth round of their title fight on Sunday morning to retain the UFC middleweight title in Perth, Australia. Duplessis said after the fight, he said it, "I always knew I'm in trouble fighting one of the, if not the greatest strikers ever in the division. I needed that takedown, got the takedown, and at this level, it's hard to keep this man down." But I know that this must have caught, Israel Adesanya with a lot of disappointment at the end of the day. He says, "You know what? He actually attributed his defeat to South Africa's Dricus Du Plessis in the UFC middleweight fight as victory still for Africa. And he says, "I'm happy I got to fight again. I appreciate all the energy from you. Congratulations, Dricus Du Plessis. Thank you for your honest words and speaking your truth. No matter what, Africa won tonight." Well, we're still bringing you even some more updates this morning right here on Sports Radio 360. But don't forget that you can also be part of the conversation. And all you need to do is ring us via our phone lines 07000 or reach us via our toll free number. If you are a woman, it is 0800 917. And then we have our SMS and WhatsApp line that is 0703-175-6537. Exactly what went down in the course of the weekend. Let's flip the script and get in full. The Premier League was actually back in action in full, and of course, this started on Friday. Lots of people looking out to see how will my team perform. It's going to be like our debut entry to the 2024-2025 season, and I tell you, it left a lot of clubs with some, I want to say, anxiety for a fact, but then it was a great one and a great start indeed. So I want to ask really, how did you think your weekend went and how did your own club fare? How did your club fare? All Manchester United fans, Arsenal fans, Fulham fans, Chelsea fans, Manchester City fans. How are you doing this morning? All right, let's start with what went down on Friday. We saw that Manchester City went all full with Fulham, but at the end of the day, of course, Zexi made his debut entry assisted with or by Alejandro Garnacho. And I mean, that one left a lot of people saying, well, finally, at least Manchester United get something where they say, okay, we made the right deal during the transfer window. So let's get to hear exactly what Eric Ten Hag had to say about Zexi's debut goal, and which actually ended as the only goal for that match against Fulham. Oh, well, you got to hear that from him, and I must say he's proud. But let's also look at what went down on Friday in La Liga. Yes, that was the 16th day of August 2024. Celta Vigo won over Deportivo Alaves with 2-1. Las Palmas also equalized, actually, with the Sevilla. It ended 2-2. And also, if we go all the way to France, the Ligue 1, we see that Paris Saint-Germain actually took the win over Le Havre with 4-1. Now, what went down on Saturday is another bout of action that we're going to get into. Of course, lots and lots of anticipation for exactly how Liverpool would fare under Arne Slot, especially because there are lots of expectations from this team, especially with the fact that Jurgen Klopp is no longer with them. But I think that they did something, in spite of the fact that they had to go against the debutants in the Premier League this season. We're talking about Ipswich Town. they made a run, really made a statement, because we got to see that there was a goal by Diogo Jota in the 60th minute, assisted by Mohamed Salah. And then at the 65th minute, we saw right there Mohamed Salah sealing the deal for a match which ended 2-0. But this is what Arne Slot had to say. Well, you get to hear that one right there. And not only that, we also got to see that Arsenal played in the course of the weekend. Oh, they ended they ended Wolves. I mean, they became Wolves over Wolves, really. And they got this one win. Actually, Kai Havertz taking the win with a goal at the 25th minute, assisted by um, Bukayo Saka, actually. And then also we got to see that Bukayo Saka, I think that yellow card actually motivated the guy at the 60th minute, because he came with a goal, still assisted by Kai Havertz in the 74th minute. And that left Arsenal winning over Wolves with 2-0. Take a listen to exactly what Mikel Arteta had to say. Well, we're right back right here, and it is still Sports Radio 360. And just to give you a glimpse of even more action actually to anticipate moving forward, I mean, I'm giving you the breakdown right now because you need to know all about it. Everton actually went up against Brighton, but of course, Brighton took the win with 3-0. Newcastle United took the win over Southampton with 1-0. Nottingham Forest drew against Bournemouth with 1-1. And then we got to see West Ham United actually having to lose to Aston Villa because they took the win with 2-1. We also got to see that in the La Liga, Osasuna as well as Legan's played, but it ended on a 1-1 draw. Valencia and Barcelona, and we saw that triumph by Barcelona with a 2-1 right there in La Liga. But then also yesterday's match was one that got a lot of people talking, I must say. And this one, we got to see that Brentford took the win over Crystal Palace as at yesterday with a 2-1 victory. And then Chelsea actually losing to Manchester City. I know there's been a lot of pressure really on the team, questions about all these 43 players they don't sign. Waiting we go see come out. Do we still need to hold on to Nicholas Jackson as our number 9? Because guy has been flopping all the chances. But then this is exactly what Manchester City's boss, we're talking about Pep Guardiola, had to say about Man City's win over Chelsea. As yesterday, we got to see that Erling Haaland took a shot right there, not only stipulating that, you know what, I've played for Manchester City 100 times. I've also had 91 goals and 13 assists. Take a listen. Well, you heard it right there. It is Pep Guardiola. And I tell you, there were even some more matches that went down yesterday, which I must give you a brief on. La Liga. Yes, Real Sociedad actually took on Rayo Vallecano. But of course, Rayo Vallecano actually took the win with 2-1. And then also much anticipated Real Madrid against Mallorca. Of course, we got to see that, when Real Madrid had to go against Atalanta for the UEFA Super Cup, Mbappe made his debut feature for the team and also getting his debut goal for the team as well. But looks like it all fell on dead waters yesterday because it was a tough match. We got to see that there was goal for Real Madrid from Rodrigo, also assisted by Vinicius Jr. But Mallorca decided, you know what, we're not letting you get the win, not 3 points, not this time around. So we got to go from Voriq, who actually got assisted by Rodriguez, leaving that game at a 1-1. So are there some more matches that you're going to be anticipating today? Of course, Leicester City will go against Tottenham Hotspur, and in La Liga, we'll see Real Valladolid against Espanyol. Also, Villarreal will go against Atletico Madrid. In Serie A, we see Leeds go against Atalanta, Juventus against Como, and these are games that you're going to be anticipating for today. It's going to be back-to-back action, really, and we'll be back right here on Sports Radio 360 to let you in on all the action. But I won't leave out this particular one from tennis, and that is because Ariana Sabalenka defeated world number one Iga Swiatek for the first time this season to reach the Cincinnati Open final. The pair had met twice before in 2024 in the finals of the Madrid Open and the Italian Open, but Sabalenka had lost both. On Sunday, after failing to convert 9 match points, Belarusian Sabalenka, who will become the world number 2 on Monday, finally got the better of her rival with 6-3, 6-3. Well, my very, very sporty fans, this is where we get to wrap it up right here on Sports Radio 360. I'm glad that we got to do this together. I tell you, there'll be more magic in the air because all the sporting actions are back and full. My name is Miracle Philip, and this is a wrap on Sports Radio 360. We'll be back on Wednesday and also on Friday to give you all the sporty updates. Stay tuned right here on Women Radio 91.7. Coming up at 7:30 is the newspaper review. It's a wrap. Have a wonderful day ahead and stay tuned.